Yeah, my last ex, or I guess like during the pandemic, we met when we were both working in tech. We were both programmers, but during the pandemic, we both quit because the company was only fun when there was like a whole campus. Like it's like there's a meditation room, there's infinite alcohol, there's all these outings. So when the pandemic hit, coding was a miserable job. So we both quit, and he never got another job. So the whole time, I had to pay for everything, like housing costs, food, and all of that, and I did not have a good time. Where
this was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
How long was the relationship?
So I would say like around 2. We never made it official. We just kind of like started hanging
2
out
years.
more. Yeah, so like around 2 years.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you
2.5.
never made it official and you were paying all of his expenses?
Yeah, so we started hanging out more and more because we would like carpool, and like, so when we were co-workers, we just kind of got closer and closer, and it was never official like, will you be my girlfriend? It was just like, we just...
Surely there was some mutual understanding that
Yeah,
you guys were exclusive, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, because I wasn't really
you just
like
never
seeing
said
anyone.
it out loud, but that doesn't
Yeah, but it was-
necessarily indicate that you guys weren't in a relationship there, right?
Yeah, it was like situationship, but I was taking care of him because he was like, oh, we have nowhere else to go.
Well, I
There's
feel like
shit.
as a woman, especially if you're taking care of a man's stuff, you assume he's exclusive to you. Like,
Yeah.
can any of you ladies imagine being in a situation like that and you find out he's fucking around on the side? Like,
Oh, hell no. Yeah, so it was like an exclusive arrangement, kind of. And
Wait,
but
so what you're saying, Amy, is that if women really want to get commitment from men, they gotta start being the breadwinners? Is that what you're saying?
no, that's like literally not what I'm saying at all. I was just trying to point.
That's
why.
a good
No,
question.
Absolutely
good
not.
question.
No, I actually think it's the exact opposite, because I think that when you go for that dynamic, it automatically, you are conflicting with so many factors in evolutionary psychology and just the way people are in general. There's already going to be so much friction in the relationship. So actually, I think quite the opposite. I was just trying to prod a little bit deeper to really get your perspective on it, because I'm not sure I quite fully understand what the dynamic was.
Let me just jump in
Yeah.
really quick. Perhaps I should reframe it a little bit. So do you think that's a fair trade-off in order to, because a lot of women complain that men aren't prepared to commit to them. Do you think that'd be a fair trade-off for women? The women have to be the providers. They have to be the breadwinners. They have to take care of expenses.
Not
In exchange, they get commitment.
That just
Not
sounds like a
necessarily
bedrock
such
for
an inverse of values, right? Because naturally the man is the
Could work.
provider, he is the protector, right? And then by default you have a woman who submits to him. So what I'm saying is, if the standard was reversed, which I do not necessarily think that it should be, I disagree. I don't think that it should be, but if it were to be reversed, then wouldn't the man have to naturally submit? Otherwise, what's the point of the inversion of it?
yeah, I think men don't naturally submit, and that's the issue. Like, if he were to cook, clean, and like me buy him a gym membership, work out, whatever, I'll be totally fine with it. But he didn't cook, he didn't clean, he didn't really do much, and he was like kind of resentful towards like all the social media stuff I was doing, even though I was also going to grad school, and it was just like very chaotic because he was insecure. I think he naturally wanted to be a leader, but he couldn't at the time because of the pandemic.